me, being a mom and being there with my son, who now he still never walked a day in his life, I needed my mind to be sound. I didn't need anything altering my thoughts or my judgment, and to where such that I even stopped drinking. Guess what? When you start to do something, then you know where you're going and you start feeling fulfilled, like you feel good, you're helping people. Those things that you needed for instant gratification, or those things that you were running from, because sometimes you're running from your own thoughts, Munni. I'm just telling you. Sometimes things are so bad, you're like, I just don't even want to face what's going on right now. But you can create some good things. I began to read books. I started reading. I read books that made me go other places, even though I was still in my house. And so when I began to see that there was outlooks for everyone else, you could either start to read some autobiographies or biographies of other people that you might look up to. Let's say, for instance, you look up to Beyonce. Go read about Beyonce. You'll see that she went through hardships. She went through heartbreak. She went through disappointments. She went through all sorts of things. Read about Jay-Z. He went through all sorts of things. There are people out there that are just like you, just like I, but they started off with really rough beginnings and they had to make decisions. You're going to find a common theme. They decided they wanted something bigger. Then they put in the work. You're going to find that they moved away from the crowd that was putting up with the things that were hurting them. They had to change the crowd, change who they talked to, change who they hung around.
Exactly.
Their days started being allocated, pre-planned with things that would take them closer to where they were trying to go.
Pre-planned. Pre-planned. That means we need to write everything down.
Write it down.
Have an organized black and white to know, okay, so in order for me to go there, I must delete this person here.
You gotta delete the person. You gotta do the review and the assessment. And guess what? I literally created a Power Moves planner, a 90-day planner from day to day, and I help you allocate your entire day from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. And these are the exact things I did on how I went from point A to point B, C, to where I am now, was because I started making sure my days were planned and allocated. And guess what? They started now being more positive, to where I can calm my nerves to pray, to meditate, to start my day doing things better for my body. I started now wanting to put better food in my body that made me feel better, because sometimes we're eating bad stuff to make us feel good for a moment, that it may be affecting our health. I made those habits and those changes by allocating my day.
That's right.
And then I made sure I still had time. I balanced it out with kids, with my mom, with family, people who made me feel good. Toxic people gotta go.
Nicola, can you hold for a second over there? Right now you talked about deleting and organizing. And I think also important for these people to organize your mental life by writing it down.
That's right.
Check out your surroundings, change your surroundings, clean surroundings, organize. So the more organized we are in the area, the more organized we're going to be here. And this is what she's referring to. It's important that we understand how the life works. So we're talking about integrity, right? We're talking about getting up early and wrapping it up. We're also talking about starting with nothing to be something, because she came from nothing and she becomes something. And it all starts from manifestations. She's talking about that as well, to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So in order for me to be here, we need to have a plan. You got to get up in the morning. You got to have a plan written down. And if you have a question, you can always contact her. You're welcome to contact me, no problem, okay? Continue, Mr. Raj. So we were talking about, I just wanted to go through this because cleaning the surrounding is as important as cleaning your, rewiring actually your whole thinking pattern, and actually taking the responsibility of your action. If you decide to take the drug, it's your responsibility.
That's right.
To say no, to walk away, get rid of those people and start a new life, something else.
That's right.
And you don't need to hate them. You don't have to judge them. Just nicely, I'm busy.
That's right.
I'm watching TV. I'm spending time. So slowly you start detaching, because you don't want to leave enemies behind.
That's right.
Hating you. So you want to leave. So then they will look at you. They will say, hey, maybe I'll follow her lead too.
That's right.
And we can become all leaders, right? And start healing the community as a whole. Because I found this problem. I've done a lot of studies. I've been active in African American community since 1979.
Yes.
In Latina community, and they have identical problem. So, but the thing is, but as she was saying, the African Americans have long term of suppression or prejudice. Right. They have gone through it, because if you're white, if you're poor, at least you can get through it anyway. But it's a tough journey, but you can do it because she did it. And this is one of the reasons she's here today, to communicate. So please wrap it up and tell them what you want to say. And I want you to be strong with them. I want you to just tell them to get up and get going.
That's right. And this is the thing I want you to know. It is harder for Blacks.
That's right.
It is harder. That's not in your head. That's not a hallucination. That's
right.
not. We're not going to buy that. And I would never even dare try to tell you that it's easier. It was harder for me. I'm a Black woman. So there are always going to be roadblocks. There are always going to be, and because I know there are always going to be roadblocks, I prepare for them. And so this is what I want you to know.
Can you repeat that again, please?
Because I know there are always going to be roadblocks, I prepare for them. You say, well, how can you prepare for what you don't know? You get into your mind before anybody else does.
That's right.
That's why you wake up early in the morning and you put in your mind the things that make you understand that you are valuable. You are a person that can bring value. And when you begin to understand that, your vibe will attract your tribe. It's not for everybody. I tell people, I'm not for everyone. I'm not trying to be. I'm going to be me. You first got to, no one, Black, white, Indian, it doesn't matter. It's going to make you understand that you are valuable. You have to first understand and believe that first for yourself.
We all are individual flowers created by the Lord in different shapes and forms.
Absolutely. And so when you connect to the source, you connect to light. What I mean by that, whoever you call God to say, you are.
You
He
are
created you are somebody. Then now you can say, well, if I'm somebody, I want to hang around only other people who see the value in me. Stop putting yourself in positions where you're trying to fit in. Instead of that, start just giving value. Create an environment. You see those pink flowers? They make me smile. It could be small things. I don't care what it is that make you feel good. Have those things around you so it makes you continue to feel productive. Mm-hmm. The other thing you want to do is make sure that you are spending time with the people you love. Money can't buy everything, including money can't buy life. Spend time so your things are in priority, so you don't build your money with regrets. I see people, I don't care what color they are, I see miserable people with money. You don't want to do it. If you're starting from scratch, at least you could try to do it better than I've seen a lot of other people do. The next thing you want to do is identify, this is going to be my path and I'm going to stick with it until it works out. Do you know how many people have tried to be successful and they were denied so many times before? All you need to know is you're not looking for who says no, you're looking for who says yes. Do you see me with here and Dame Munni? If you knew the road I've come through, and I was at one of the worst times in my life when I was introduced to who introduced me to Dame Munni. But because I was on that path every day, pre-planning, you're not always going to know exactly what you're doing. You got to just know exactly where you're going. That end result must also always be in the front of you. So you can keep going, because it's going to get hard. But it's not going to happen on the couch. It's not gonna happen hanging out with the folks who's doing the drugs or who don't want anything in life. It's not gonna happen that way. And you gotta be realistic that it cannot happen that way. And everybody is not going with you. You make sure you get out, go make something happen, and then go back. Remove yourself from those toxic environments.
Yeah.
Make yourself productive to the community every day. Give what you have. Don't always expect things to be given to you. Give. You can literally find living in giving. And trust me, it's gonna come back. I have sown a lot of seeds. So I don't want you to even compare my chapter 30 to your chapter 2. Just know that, remember, I always had a chapter 2 too. Exactly. So anyone who's successful, majority of them were not always successful. Exactly. Don't believe that.
That's right.
They started from somewhere. And so your somewhere means you can go somewhere.
Exactly.
Always remember that. There's an opportunity for you. It's possible. I need you to connect with me. Let me follow her pattern. I'm a no BS person. I give it to you real. But I know you're gonna need to know this piece. You gotta do the work. And you're gonna have to keep doing the work until you see what you believe. All you gotta do is conceive it and keep believing it until you see it. Exactly. Manifestation is you see it before it happens, but you gotta move to it.
It's when sometimes breathing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Awesome. As much as you can, and the power of manifestation, everything will come from there. This is the core of my existence that I do all day. I start living in a state of meditation. That's why I'm so calm, and you never find me like angry or anxious. I take whatever it takes in a moment, because moment is a true time. In the moment you sow the seeds, whatever you want to do. In this moment, I'm not going to do this because I need to go there. So if you write something down every day, I got up at this time, I did this, I did this, I think it will help you to have a head start. Everybody needs to have a head start. So this is why we both are giving you a head start, to have some tools where you can sustain. And she comes in very beautiful, and you can see her energy is good, but she made it, right? She manifested all that. So it's all the power of manifestation. For me, as far as I'm concerned, I have really never seen an actual physical drug in my life. Only once I saw they're smoking marijuana in one of the, that's it, and I just ran from there as fast as I could. It's not my place to be. But what I'm saying is I was just not exposed to, because my friends were all like me. We were just simple. Since I was meditating, I was making them meditate. So all of us were just good girls, simple, go home, come home, go. We didn't have any lot of struggle in life that you have gone through, you know. But I have gone through my luggage, but I think meditation kept me stable to go through 12 years of domestic violence. And so I was able to sustain myself only because of meditation. So everything starts from the breathing. As we start breathing, all the problems will be okay. Yes. Power of manifestation. So we have given up the tools for, let's start from the first episode we spoke on, just wrap it up.
We spoke on how to assess where you are. You're going to go back and listen there. You're just going to review where you are.
That's right.
The next thing we talked about is how you're going to allocate. Where's your time going to go? Where's your money going to go? You know, so that you're staying on track with where you want to go. And then we want to automate. The way you can automate something like your time is pre-planning your days. The way you can automate making sure you're paying your bills on time is so that you can have it coming directly out of your account. And then now you want to build credit so you can build your credibility, where people will begin to trust you and sow into you and allow you to expand. And you want to take responsibility. You want to always look at leverage, how you can do more with less. And you're always going to be looking at where your money is going, and it should always be growing. And that's the same thing with you and your time.
So our hearts to your hearts, love and peace. We are one. We are one. That's right.
You're one.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Munni.